Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the Los Angeles Lakers loss against the Phoenix Suns tonight, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff, and of course, like always, please be sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ZSPN. I really do appreciate the love and support you guys give me all across social media, and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. So, guys, let's talk about the Lakers, bad game against the Phoenix Suns tonight. Now, I had to give some credit out there to some of the Lakers who really went out there and stepped up in their own right, and that was LeBron James, who obviously, went out there and really helped out the Lakers in a big way in key moments and key situations. But unfortunately, it was just wasn't enough for the Lakers to win tonight, and you can just really tell out there that LeBron was just really carrying the load when it came to trying to win this game, but unfortunately, or just any sort of way for the Lakers to gain some momentum, but fortunately, it just wasn't enough. He averaged 34 points out there tonight, and he was just all over the place when it came to the shooting efforts, and just he had just a monstrous performance. But I think when it came down to it, I mean, none of the Lakers out there really stepped up their role. Now we can obviously say that maybe due to the Lakers not having their own players out there because of COVID and some of them because of injuries. That type of excuse, yeah, we could throw that out there. But I can honestly say, guys, the way the Lakers played in the first half was very impressive to me because there was some momentum. And, with Trevor Ariza making those threes of his and, being the defender that he is, I really think the Lakers could have rallied around that type of effort and potentially beat the Phoenix Suns. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. And, when it came down to it, I mean, when it came to the starting lineup, it was very disappointing to watch. I mean, the only players that really stepped up in my eyes was LeBron. And then you have Russell Westbrook, but, he mainly stepped up in the fourth quarter trying to help the Lakers, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And he only put up a double-double out there with, I believe, 22 points and 10 rebounds. But he did lead the Lakers tonight with turnovers, had 7 turnovers, and that most of that happened in the second half. So without a doubt, guys, I mean, it was just a bad game for the Los Angeles Lakers. And when it came to the rest of the Lakers out there from the starting lineup, I mean, THT, horrible. He was horrible out there tonight. And to talk about, how horrible he was out there, I mean, he went 0 of 8 from the three. I mean, that kind of tells you that you needed to stop at that particular moment and just possibly go for any sort of effort to help on the Lakers on the defensive side. But unfortunately, his defense wasn't there. His offense wasn't there. I mean, he went 1 of 13 from the field. I mean, that tells you that he did not have the efforts or the means to step up out there after his return from COVID. So, COVID protocols. So when it came down to it, I mean, I was kind of hoping to see some effort from THT in his return, but unfortunately, it's just wasn't the case whatsoever. And he honestly, I was disappointed, very disappointed of his performance out there tonight. So, you know, I won't be surprised if somehow he'll be on the trade block if the Lakers are just fed up with him and they just want to find somebody to replace him, because I am this close to really giving up on THT. because as of late, since his return from injury, those two games were just an afterthought. Because since then, we haven't seen that type of performance since. So he's just really all over the place when it comes to his efforts and his motivation to help the Lakers win games. So bad night for THT out there tonight. And then when you look at the rest from Wayne Ellington, he had a bad night too. I honestly say he had a very bad night. And then and guys, I want to bring this up. I was kind of confused when it comes to, uh, you know, David Fizdale's rotation, and just basically the lineup that he put up. I was just really wondering why didn't Dwight Howard start for the Los Angeles Lakers? Why he didn't play? I was just so confused. I mean, is he dealing with injury or is he, I don't know, still feeling the effects of, I don't know, coming out of quarantine or something? I'm not sure why David Fizdale did not start or play Dwight Howard because you could just tell in tonight's game that the Lakers were undersized. And we saw a couple of times that, we saw a lot from, DJ when it came to his presence on the floor. And you can just tell that his efforts out there was horrible. I mean, he what he had 8 rebounds, okay, but that was just in general. He was bad out there on the defensive side. So I don't know why not Frank Vogel, but David Fizdale did not decide to put Dwight Howard, or making him wanted him to play out there tonight. I mean, it's just I'm not sure if he's dealing with something himself, but it's just I just found it very peculiar that he was not playing tonight, even though he was cleared to return to the Lakers and potentially play, and for some reason he wasn't playing tonight. So I find it very confusing, and it's just when the Lakers were playing tonight, they were really undersized. They played small and had LeBron James play the center, and it was just it worked at times, but it wasn't very motivation. Not a lot of motivation for the Lakers to really step up on the defensive side when it comes to guarding certain bigs out there. So I was just very disappointed by his decision. Coach Fizdale's decision to not play big or just put up a better lineup uh, when it comes to facing the Phoenix Suns out there tonight. And then guys, when it comes to the bench, I mean, no effort whatsoever other than Trevor Ariza, who had, I believe, 13 points, I believe, and went 3 of 3 from the three, and I believe he also went 4 of 4 from the field. And his efforts out there, being the 3 and D type of guy that he is, was just so sensational when it comes to that basic need that we were looking for when it comes to finding a player to really rely upon when it comes to that 3 and D esque type of performance. And he really did out there. He really stepped up out there. I mean, the only two players you can make the argument for Russell Westbrook, but the only two players really that stepped up in my eyes was LeBron James and Trevor Ariza out there tonight, showing a lot of effort. But other than that, the rest of the Lakers tonight, they were a no show in my opinion. No, none whatsoever. And then because of Carmelo Anthony, obviously we didn't get to see a lot from him because he got ejected, I believe, in the third quarter for a ridiculous call that, were just no need for the refs to throw him out because of his reaction, because obviously it was a bad call on their part. So it was just if he just would have probably stayed more, I think maybe the Lakers would have been had a better advantage when it comes to the basic needs when it comes to you know Le- Carmelo Anthony being a reliable shooter for them off the bench. But unfortunately, he got ejected. So obviously, the Lakers just can't catch a break when it comes to having reliable players on their side to help win games. So other than that, guys, other than the rest of the Lakers, it was just a no show, out there tonight, and it was just very disappointing. Very disappointed to see the Lakers not showing a lot of effort other than the two players that I mentioned. So, um, and Russell Westbrook as well. So, other than that, guys, it was just a disappointing game, and there was just a lot of speculations and thoughts that maybe the Lakers weren't going to win tonight's game, but it was just that I guess that notion that since the first half they showed a lot of efforts, maybe the Lakers could have gave a fighting chance, but unfortunately there was no fighting out there when it comes to showing efforts to win. So. Or just being competitive. So it was just a very disappointing night for the Lakers, and I can just hope we all could really just hope that the rest of the Lakers will return from health and safety protocols pretty soon. Maybe from Austin Reeves and Malik Monk potentially, and hopefully those guys will return and. Maybe the Lakers will start getting things back on track and hopefully start winning games because as it stands now, the Lakers are 16 wins and 16 losses into the regular season. So, uh, not the type of record that we expected from the Lakers, but hopefully maybe things will turn around moving forward. But it's just something really needs to get better because so far I am not liking what I'm seeing from the Lakers, and I think I speak for most Laker fans when I say that because the notion was that they wanted to win a championship this year with the type of talent that they have, but unfortunately, it's just isn't the case, and at most they can be a playoff contending team, and uh, that for something like that, I that's not what the Lakers represent. I mean, they are a championship caliber franchise team. So that's what they are. That's why they won 17 titles. So when it comes down to it, I mean, things really need to start turning around for the Lakers moving forward. And Rob Pelinka, he just needs to see what's available. Maybe he need to make some trades so the Lakers can be a better team moving forward. But or maybe see potentially in February once the buyout approaches to see who will be available to improve the team. But I'm probably speaking about this way too early. But I think it's the right time to really talk about it because it is very questionable and sad to see the Lakers losing games when it comes or just not showing a lot of efforts or energy when it comes to being a competitive team because when I'm seeing other teams throughout this league showing passion and some competitiveness to either just win games or try to win games, I mean it's just one of those type of moments where I really am saddened to see this Lakers team playing it the way that they are. So hopefully, guys, the Lakers will turn things around moving forward. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate the love and support you guys give me all across social media and on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. And please give me your thoughts about the Lakers' loss against the Phoenix Suns tonight. Was it expected that the Lakers would lose tonight, or do you guys agree with my analysis that the Lakers should have showed some competitiveness or just would have just tried to win against the Phoenix Suns? I mean, there was a lot of mistakes, lots of players out there that showed did not showed the efforts to try to win tonight. And the only players that really stepped up in my eyes were LeBron and Russell Westbrook and Trevor Ariza. And just something needs to change. Something needs to probably need to just start being improved, moving forward, because it's just not looking good at this moment for the Los Angeles Lakers. So hopefully they start changing things and moving forward at any given cost uh, to try to win games and be a competitive team moving forward. So guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.